The banks want to give you cash for your keys. Hey everybody, Scott Walters. Buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. So cash for keys. Many of you remember this in 2008. This was something the banks were doing. And let me just tell you, my friends, they're ready to do it again. In fact, they're out there already starting to do that. Why, you ask? Well, of course I'm going to tell you, because people are now defaulting on their loans, even with, wait for it, buckle up, strap in, hold on your hats and glasses, with their low interest rate mortgages. They can't keep up with their payments. Why, you ask? Well, of course I'm going to tell you, because we let the two-headed monster out of its cage. We have runaway inflation in a risen interest rate environment, a recipe for disaster, a complete ball drop from leadership. Why? Well, of course, I'm going to tell you again. Whew, insanity, right? Listen, friends, this is the realities of the waters we're swimming. I'm a real estate agent. I was just like you when I got notification of lockdowns. And then all of a sudden it was announced I was an essential worker. I couldn't do open houses with the public, but I could do one-on-ones. But there was stifled limited inventory because of lockdowns. In a low interest rate environment, FOMO ensued, and it was a complete casino climate out there. And realtors thought somehow this was normal. This time is different. The only thing different, this time's worse. Why, you ask? Of course, I'm going to tell you. It's simple. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this stuff out. Bigger bubble, bigger blowback. That's it. You know, we could have saved off a lot of this. We had stimulus money, stimulus measures, and stimulus programs. That's it. Those three: stimulus money, stimulus measures, stimulus programs, right? PPP loans, stimulus checks, and making people essential. And those people that were essential, those businesses thrived. Unfortunately, the money dump just got too euphoric. Now, while we were busy being locked down, they should have been raising those interest rates. They left them artificially low, and they whether it's on accident or on purpose, I'll let you decide, because I know that's a whole different video. Is they basically kicked the can so far down the road that they let the biggest asset class in the world exhibit bubble behavior again, and they were too busy enjoying having the CEO of Redfin or whoever on their news channels
talking about the forecast of the housing market. We see a strong forecast and it's just great out here.
They were loving it. iBuyers, all these Zillows and everybody creating these iBuyer programs where they're letting just algorithms purchase homes. Stupid. Dumb, and dumb. So ridiculous. So when we see overnight appreciation to never seen before highs, the light bulb should have gone off. It did for me, and I turned on this camera as a realtor. I'm like, hey guys, realtor over here. This is not a normal situation, and I'm just here to let you know I'm whistleblowing it. I don't care if it costs me a sale. I got to protect some people. I got to put others' needs before my own. Oh my God, Scott, you shouldn't do that. How's our broker feel? Who cares? You know how much business I've earned just giving straight talk? And we're out there. Plenty of you subscribers. Didn't we sell you at the height? Oh, yeah, we did. And are your cities being infiltrated right now by border crossers? Yes, they are. Is your real estate now reversing course? Yes, it is. The buyers I'm working with, didn't we go out there and throw offers and not getting to bidding wars? Yes, we did. That's the realtor you want. Insanity, this stuff. Like, this is an episode of The Twilight Zone for me. And I know for many of you. And the reality is, whether you work in real estate or not, or own real estate or not, you should have your full and undivided attention. Why, you ask? Well, of course I'm going to tell you. Because if we lose the U.S. housing market, we lose everything. It's capable of delivering the knockout blow to the economy. And the U.S. housing market is, in fact, the biggest asset class in the world. And guess who's holding the bag? The banks. The banks are not in their conference rooms with their feet up counting all their new mortgages. They're not. They're watching the default spike, and they're trying to get in front of it. Now, they're hoping for another government bailout, similar to like we saw in 2008, which was a disaster. Watch The Big Short. Watch 99 Homes. You want to know what happened in 2008 for real? You watch those movies. You watch them. And you come back and watch this channel. The realities are this, friends. This thing is got the capability of delivering the knockout blow, not only to the U.S., to the globe. That's how big the U.S. housing market is. It's a monster. You used to say, 2008, the narrative was this: housing market won't crash. It's too big to fail. That's what they said. You know what? It failed. It failed in spectacular fashion until this bubble came along, which it's eclipsing 2008, by the way. Until this bubble came along, 2008 was the biggest bubble in human history. We have exceeded that. So back in 2008, that was one of the tactics the banks used. They went around, had agents like me going around knocking on doors to houses that were in default, offering cash for keys. But unfortunately, there was also government intervention. It was called the Obama-backed loan modification program. We will see that happen all over again, some version of it. Some version of a bailout will occur. And the banks, they're hoping that the government's going to bail them out once again like they did in 2008. But you know what happened in 2008? Like I said, watch The Big Short, watch 99 Hopes. They paid themselves big, healthy bonuses. And we got a foreclosure crisis anyway. It was criminal. Criminal. Horrible. Horrible situation. And that's, as much as I love real estate, I mean, it's afforded me so much. Love real estate. I mean, it's where 95% of all millionaires make their money. It's the path to wealth. It's, in fact, real estate. Listen, friends, you don't get hurt. I know a lot of you are afraid to buy. I'm afraid to write offers, Scott. I don't want to catch the falling knife. Let me just say one thing. I want to make something really clear for you today. You don't necessarily get hurt in real estate when you buy at the wrong time. You can do just fine and buy today. History would say. You get hurt when you sell at the wrong time, and that's what's happening now. Even the people that bought with those artificially low interest rates are no longer hanging on to their homes. If you've been with this channel for a while, you've seen us examine properties, current listings, and their sales history. You can see they're selling at a loss. They're upside down in those homes. They're selling at the wrong time. Why? Because they have to. And then unfortunately, I don't like to come around and expose people's weaknesses, but if I'm putting my fiduciary duty is to my clients, I have to examine that. Hey, listen, this seller's in trouble. They're taking a haircut. They're probably selling it as a short sale or bringing money to the closing table to avoid one. But either way, they're taking a haircut on this. And they're stuck on the market, and we can see they got limited interest in their property. Let's throw them an offensive offer. And then it's my job. It's hard. And it's hard. But I have to do it. Call up agents. Hey, it's Scott Walters. Yeah. So, hey, listen, I got good news, potentially, depending on how you look at it. We got an offer. We're going to submit an offer. It's probably not the offer you were hoping for, but it's an offer. Would you like to see it? What is it, Scott? Well, it's this. Oh, gosh, I don't know if they're going to be able to accept that, Scott. We've already refused offers like that. Well, you should have taken it because this is where this property is headed. You might want to revisit this with your sellers. It doesn't feel good, but that's how polite I try to be when it's not personal. It's business. And I feel for these people. You know why I feel for them? I'll tell you why. Because in 2007, I watched a house stuck on the market for a year going through price reductions. I picked it up for 25% less than its original list price. I thought I did pretty good on it. Right? That's all you could hope for. 25% less than its original. It was stuck on the market for a year, sucking air, empty. No owner, no renter, no nobody. And I got my offer to stick, but I caught a falling knife. Caught the falling knife. He had another 25% coming. So I ended up having to dump that home as a short sale. And I called the bank's bluff. They tried to strong arm me. In fact, they lied to me. And that's what they're going to do right now, right? Cash for keys. That's what they're doing right now. The banks. They're going to tell you, oh, we're going to got a loan modification program. The government's backed it. We're going to help you into it. They were telling people that, and then there's a bunch of businesses popping up trying to tell you, don't pay the mortgage, you pay us, and we'll represent you, and we're going to keep you in your house. And they weren't. The market crashed anyway. And in the meantime, the banks were running around offering cash for keys to get people out of their house. Those are the waters, in fact, we're swimming in. Why, you ask? Well, of course, I have to tell you. I don't want to tell you, I have to. Because we are in a real estate bubble. And do you think the banks don't know this? Now, here's one thing I will say. The banks, unfortunately, are run by a bunch of kids. There's very few grown-ups left like me, except maybe on the board of directors or whoever. But most of their boots on the ground are young kids. Watch the Big Short. Watch 99 Homes. A lot of times these kids, they think somehow this time is different. But the realities are this, friends. Defaults and delinquencies are now starting to spike. We know this. It's not a big shock for most of you who've been with this channel since the beginning. And I turned on this camera almost as a rogue agent, as a whistleblower. And that's why most of you tuned in. I was telling this story before it happened. It's clearly now happening. And final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a real estate guy who wants to see not only win in real estate, win in life. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. Shark infested. Cash for keys. Welcome to the swimming pool. The banks are now in their conference rooms talking about how can we get this house before it gets further into default. Offer them $5,000 and see if we can get them out. When you're a first-time home buyer with very little skin in the game, meaning you put little to no money down, you're almost ready to take the money because you're now hanging on by your fingernails in the writings on the wall. And that's the challenge that happened in 2008 with ninja loans, giving loans out to people with no skin in the game. That happened again, as over 50% of all active mortgages in America are first-time home buyer mortgages. There is a lot of toxic debt right now ready to explode. And that's why I'll be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way. Because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, gonna love the next video. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.